Let's get this
and
right.
go.
6 months, you haven't seen the 14. Why is that? Because it's just been sitting. It hasn't been drifting, it hasn't been driving. It's just been a piece of shit, just like the KA inside of it. The issue with the car lies with the position of the map, or where it was located. It was in front of the turbo. Turbo will give off turbulence after wide open throttle, and it'll just go baganzas. We tried to work around that issue with leaving the position of the map, or the placement of it, and I'm not good enough. I couldn't figure it out. It kept running like ass, so the simplest solution is relocate the map. And that's exactly what I did there, into the intercooler pipe. That should solve our issue. We used to run a deflector plate. That was one of the things that I tried to fix with the stalling issue that I had, and the car got tuned with a deflector plate. So now that the map is inside the intercooler pipe without a deflector plate, it runs like ass. S15 front brakes. The rear, we got upgraded rotors to a bigger diameter, 300 mil instead of however small they used to be. We added another muffler to this thing. It's like right behind the rear axle. Turbo noise is louder, interior of the cab is quieter, and doesn't sound as good. It's a win-win-win. Alright, so we just got here to Empathy in Olympia, and it was like a 2.5 hour drive. We drove the S14 this time instead of trailering it, and now we're doing some regular little maintenance, oil change and fresh plugs so that Martin has a fresh slate to tune on the dyno. Reason for the oil change is because it was running really rich and it really like thinned down the oil, and you can smell the fuel in there. So I don't want that oily, fuely oil to interfere with AFRs. And then just fresh plugs, because these are probably a little bit fouled out. So yeah, you should see the car on the dyno here soon.
I've covered wars, you know.
And OEM though, because OEM built, like, ain't nothing wrong with 180,000 miles if his grandma run. Was it an automatic back in the day?
Yeah, it was 2-owner, used to be a California car, some woman owned it, and then an old grandma and grandpa owned it. That's it. So I threw in all fresh timing stuff again.
Okay.
So hopefully that will.
Where's
the maps over there, and then.
Was it tuned with this last time?
No, it was here.
Okay, and it was
It
an
was here,
OEM,
and there was a deflector plate.
and it was an OEM one.
OEM one with the
Okay,
netting.
here's why. This is barely. This is what, 2.5 inch?
Yeah.
So this now has a capacity of about 275 horsepower before it maxes this map out. So the reason why it went all completely sideways and screwy is because this
Smaller.
is tiny compared to that.
Most of the time it's like almost 3 inch on the hot cold side for intercore pipe. Is
Right.
that quite beneficial compared to 2.5?
The reason why the car is running all like crazy is because of this.
That,
This is so small, it's literally like, it's thinking there's a shit ton of air coming into the motor. That's why it's overfueling the heck out of it.
how big is restrictive exhaust? Because I got 2 mufflers in this thing, and it's 2.5 inch. The one up front is blow through, and then the back is a circle, but it is a chamber.
It shouldn't, for that kind of power, you're not looking at any kind of major.
Sweet.
Now back it up slowly until you feel the bumper. Keep forgetting to pull those on though.
It sounds so good.
Literally like goes behind the car.
We threw another muffler on Mark's car, and it's too restrictive for the turbo, so we're down on quite a bit of power.